We coming again. Who wanna roll CDC coming again? Young who wanna roll job, we are coming again. Who wanna roll Mama Joe, we coming again. Up in the roll CDC coming again. Now the whole country giant coming so. That I'm wanna roll. Say God that I'm roll. I'm being a big away. Where I get away. We coming again. We first go win the scheme. We coming again. Coalition for democratic change. Now the whole country champion they coming so. You better move on the road. I say you better move your foot. You keep rising your way.
Good evening again, and a warm welcome to another edition of the CDC Hour. Today is Friday, May 30, 2025. On today's edition, we will be playing host to Miss Alita Agban, a staunch member of the Congress for Democratic Change USA chapter. She will join us in about 10 minutes from now. So today we'll be discussing a lot of pertinent issues concerning the CDC USA and also other issues that affect our nation. I'm your host, Ishiaka Sheriff, and I'll be right back after a bit of our team song.
We'll celebrate and where most go corridor. Today is I wanna go there. We'll celebrate. We'll celebrate. It's a beautiful day. We'll celebrate. We'll celebrate. We'll celebrate. It's a holiday, your moment. We'll celebrate. You be parties in the your way. We'll celebrate. Nothing you can tell us now. We'll celebrate. Nothing you get to tell us now. We'll celebrate. We are inside the breeze.
Thank you very much and welcome to the show. If you are there, wherever you are, wherever you find yourself, this is the CDC Hour on Kings FM 88.5 and Cloud TV and on Facebook Live. You can watch it wherever you are. There are a lot of issues that have been happening in the country in the last few days, and so it is important that Miss Ban has joined us already, and so we will. Is she connected? Okay. Okay, she has gone off. So there are a lot of things happening in the country, but the party itself is going through a radical, fundamental overhaul in order to give a new taste, in order to involve a lot of different players, new players on board, so that we can get new players for the new dimension of the political institution. Is she on now? Okay.
Are you getting me?
Yes, I'm getting
I'm not
you.
here.
I'm getting you.
See
I'm
you.
getting you. Good evening,
Hello?
Madam Ban. I don't know the time in the US there, but
Hello?
we can say good evening safely from
I'm not hearing
Liberia.
you.
Hello, are you there?
Hello, come here.
Yes, Comrade. Are you getting me? Are you getting me? I can get you loud and clear here. So there are a lot of things happening in the country.
Changing the referee. That's how we do it well. So we changing the referee. Young wanna Robbie, Papa coming again. Young wanna roll Papa Georgie coming again. Young wanna roll Mama Joe coming again. Who wanna roll CDC coming again? Now they won't country giant coming so.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. Good afternoon.
Are you getting me, Comrade?
I'm getting you very loud and clear.
Okay, thank you so much. Welcome to the CDC Hour.
It's a nice, nice for you having me on here this evening. I must say I appreciate the time. And good evening to our listening audience. I hope you guys are doing great. It is a pleasure being on here, to discuss issues that has to do with national concern. Thank you so much for welcoming me on your platform today.
Okay, Miss Elita Ban, as a very staunch and revolutionary member, especially from the National Youth League of the CDC USA chapter, how is the CDC USA going?
Um, I know to God for the opportunity of life. The CDC USA is going far. We are moving on in the leadership of Chairman Yahya Talata Sharif. As we just inducted our leaders and moving forward, we are under his guardianship, and the CDC USA is progressing. Though we are worried about the current condition of our people back home, but regardless, with leader out here that is, proceeding with a proper agenda. So we are with 2029 CDC USA supports, Liberia. We, look forward to whatsoever, building more relationship as we look forward to 2029.
Okay,
USA is moving strong
we will
than ever before.
we will reach to that part, but first of all, what is your current role in the CDC USA leadership infrastructure?
I was elected in as the youth chairperson for the CDC USA due to some personal issue assassination, but I'm yet to get a response from, and so I hope the party we still here as leaders. Once a leader is always a leader. We support the party wholeheartedly. We always have the. So I look forward to the response of the party. So I'm currently still, the food. So that.
Okay, having had the election and people were elected, there ensued a disagreement through which during which time Monrovia CDC Global intervened and set up a national unity administration for the CDC in USA, and then subsequently we saw the induction of that leadership. And since then, we've not spoken to anybody from the CDC USA except you today. And so, but what you're saying is that the leadership has been inducted, and you guys are now moving on with a normal business as a CDC USA chapter in general.
We as our political party within no part of the world, we're gonna have few disagreements. But as CDCians, we always put our personal agenda aside and focus on the party mandate. That was what we were able to do. So, under the leadership of Chairman Talata Sharif, CDC USA have resumed business, and I can clearly state to you that there is no longer an issue within our closet. We have put that behind us. We have commerce that have come on board to work with the leadership. We are moving smoothly. That is all we look forward to. And you are surely here from the leadership. I can say that because during the inauguration, the installation, Chairman Yahya Talata Sharif, who launched the due payment draft, that he raised a couple of hundreds of dollars. So I think he will have time to come on here to address that. I will sure to send out your message to him. But I assure that CDC USA is moving very strong and positively currently as we speak. So we look forward to what 2029 brings.
Currently, as we speak, like we all know, Chairman Yahya Talata Sharif is the chairman of the CDC USA, and you were just talking about the launch of the due payment. That was done here. That was kicked off here on April 12th, 2025 by the political leader and former President Dr. George Weah. So, how is it going on the side in the U.S.? What is the commitment level? I'm not asking you how much has been raised, but how is the commitment level from our partisans in the USA as it relates to generating income, or that is paying their dues to the party in order to give the party such a strong financial position?
Yeah, I can tell you, I was there. I was at the endorsement program. I can tell you, went amazingly. I can tell you that the citizen in the US, they are very committed to paying that, supporting the party and paying their dues. That is a constitutional mandate. They are in to follow that. I can tell you that the launch of the due payment in the USA was very successful from the beginning. That will be speak on by the chairperson. I'm not in no capacity to display amount, but based on what I saw, I am grateful to citizens all over the United States that made their way to Philadelphia for the induction. They did a massive work, and we got more to do because CDC USA have always been the supportive angle of CDC Liberia, regardless of leadership standpoint. So we will continue to do that, and I know that for a fact that it will be successful because from the beginning, I can tell you that it was a really great commitment from citizens in the USA.
Okay, may I ask you this question? Because even back home, I we have a process of rebranding of the CDC that is giving CDC a new phase, building a new CDC, and on the basis of that, we are having different new players who are expressing membership, committing their membership to the party. Recently, we have Mr. Jacob Jalla and a lot of other young people who committed and pledged their membership to the CDC. They formally joined the party. So, is it the same on that side? Do we have any new people joining the political party in the USA?
Of course, we have many partisans from other political party who have seen the what the CDC as a whole is made of. We have newcomers joining, the chat room. We have new people from other political parties are joining as we look forward to 2029. I can say that with the mobilization angle that we CDC USA will make that our full focus. We will continue to mobilize and have newcomers come on board. But with CDC USA, we have been doing a lot of mobilization. I can tell you that we will come in, from a very strong and positive perspective. When it comes to mobilization, but we have commerce that are joining. We have members of few political parties who are at our at the induction program, and they may know that the interest of joining the political party. We have commerce within the community who are really engaged. They won't support the party, but they went and support Vendetta Barker. But unfortunately, they have seen him for who he is, and they are returning back to the starter course. So as we can see, yeah, we have newcomers coming on board every day, and especially I live in one of the biggest and consistent chapter, which is the PA chapter, one of the strongest supporting chapter of CDC USA. So I can fully tell you that we have new members joining our political party each and every day.
Okay, then we skip on to national issues. What is the news? What's the news you people get back from home about the, the the state of affairs of our country? How worrisome those some of those news are, and what have been your reaction?
As for me, it sad me to, I'm literally, though I have the opportunity to be outside Liberia, I will tell you that I live in Liberia every day because I am more focused on my country and I monitor the situation of our people. I tell you, it's very deplorable right now. It is very frustrating. It's very, disheartening. You can know the hardship in our country where you can have family members just asking you, can I just I get a little as $10? Even if you don't have all, can I get $10 to just get rice to eat? It's very difficult. Like the hardship in our country has increased on a very high level, and that is something that, for me, I for one didn't. I'm not surprised, but we came down, we spoke to our people, we get a lot of education. Like I was there. I'm always in and out in and out of Liberia. I was be there very soon to be part of the master because we love our country. We don't sit in the diaspora and just instruct our people, and we are not participant of the struggle that they see. We are coming to listen and to see how we can work together. But the current state of our country is very deplorable. The safety is very low. Every day you wake up, you find dead bodies in the street of Monrovia. Liberians are crying. Destroying homes of Liberians. It is very disheartening. I can tell you for a fact. It is very disheartening.
Okay, Miss Ban, sometimes there is this debate about development issues in the country, most especially when when the administration of President Puakai is implementing some of the projects left behind by Mr. Weir, who did not end some of those projects, and Mr. Bwaka administration continued to own most of those projects, spreading falsehood, deception to the Liberian people. How do you feel? Because when you were here, even during the election or before, you you had to go to some of those project sites. You saw some of those projects with a lot of progress made on those projects. But today, the administration is owning some of those projects as being the initiators of those projects. So when you hear those kinds of news, how do you feel?
Come here. I for one, I'm not surprised about the tactics of the UPS because I will tell you they claim education, but they don't have intelligence. So at the end of the day, this is a clear thing to the Liberian people that there was just a propaganda and lies to get state power to just marginalize our people. But if I see them completely the project, I just be grateful to the main Dr. Josh Manawia, for the fact that he set the footprint that the UP can work on. Because imagine the number of propaganda that was spelled out there. If those foundation was not built by President Weah, look at where our country will be. And look at where these people came. They don't know where to start from. They don't know how to begin. And now they are going like, I'm grateful for that. Josh Manawia, I'm not frustrated for the fact that if they complete those projects, that is the Weah legacy. No matter if you claim it, they're gonna say who did it and the groundbreaking, who did this, who did that. It's not gonna take from the fact that that is a footprint of the man who they claim never had the ability to lead. So if they can follow his footsteps, I will always be proud of him. My support for him increases on an everyday basis because those people, he created a foundation for them to step on. And I can tell you for a fact, Comrade, if President Weah wouldn't have built those foundations, look at where our country would have been, bro. It would have been in more deplorable situation. So they can take the credit, but regardless, history will always remember George Weah for what he has done.
Hello, Aida.
Moving forward,
Okay.
development. Yeah, you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
Yeah.
So there is a current debate about the United Nations Security Council non-permanent seat that Liberia is vying for. You live in the United States, in Philadelphia, more specifically. The United Nations is headquartered in New York, and uh, in 2019, 2020, Liberia began, a project under Dr. Josh Manawea to to obtain a UN Security Council seat. That project ran on up to his exit from the presidency, and over 95% of the work were already done, Uh, but now that he's not president, President Boakai's administration too has said that they initiated the process. So, but you in the States, you know how it started, because you are there, you know how it started, you know what kind of resources, you know what kind of efforts that were put into it. So, how do you feel when this administration is claiming a UN Security Council non-permanent seat project?
It like comrade, like we all have seen it, and it's unfortunate that Liberia has have the propensity to lose the seat on this leadership. It saddens me because we are worked his leadership work to be. I think the United Nations and listening to the media, they understand that the country leadership to keep our citizens safe and to see that they are wanting the seat that President we are initiated from the beginning. That is something that we all cannot be. Other leadership has leaned on the new George Weah and his accomplishments. But looking at the country and the current state, there is absolutely no way I think the United Nations, Liberia, will get that seat. But it's an unfortunate situation that we will lose it because we have incompetent leader right now. And I hope that we as Liberia can learn from that moving forward.
Okay, let me throw in a follow-up question. Okay, last night, yesterday, I mean, on one of the sisterly radio stations in Monrovia, the former Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador D. Maxwell Kimaya, who was also Liberia's ambassador to the United Nations, did say that over 90% of the requirements needed for Liberia to get a UN Security Council non-permanent seat were already met during the administration of President Weah. That is inclusive of ECOWAS, the entire ECOWAS, and Africa as a whole backing Liberia for the seat. So according to him, he said if Liberia gets less than 129 votes out of 193 votes, out of 193 member states, he will be disappointed, meaning the deal is already done and Liberia will get the seat not because of President Joseph Boakai administration, but because of the enormous work put in by the administration of Ambassador Josh Manawea. How do you react to that?
Like if that is what's gonna happen, as we all know, the UB led government has they have no shame. So what I would expect them to do is to pay respect to the person who have given them the footprint to be able to force our non-permanency today. So we look forward to the outcome. At the end of the day, we all know their strategy. They want to own what person we have put in place. They have no regard. They have no regard to give thanks and appreciation to Judge Weah. But we as citizens, we are aware of who put in the work. That is our job now to educate our people on who deserve the actual credit. And that is what we are doing here today, giving the credit to Dr. Josh Manawea for the footprint he has made. That is a great, position for our country, but under the wrong leadership.
Okay, next one. A week ago or two, the government of Liberia set up on a dangerous path, and that path is uh, releasing a statement through the Ministry of Information accusing one of Liberia's most influential senators, Edwin Melvin Snow of Bomi County, of trying to do everything possible to overthrow the government, to see that the Liberian government fails, Joseph Boakai administration fails. something which Senator Snow did not say. And so the Ministry of Information, they quoted a wrong insinuation which he did not say. So Senator Snow now has fired back and said the government is putting his life at risk and he's not safe in the country. He has written the president, he has written the Senate, he has written Liberia's bilateral partners, international partners, and laying bare the situation before them that his life is not safe. They are after his life for the fact that they could lie on him that he wants to overthrow the government, and that kind of accusation is treasonous. So, what do you have to say about that?
I have to say again, this is not the first time, and this only continues to show the immaturity of this leadership. And once the current president is not responding to it, I think he is the one that is instructing the Ministry of Information to send out such tool. And this is not the first time. This same minister had instructed the former president of Liberia, and we have yet to hear any response from the government angle to, put in a structure in place. And I did respect Senator Snow respond, and he's proceeding to lead the ECOWAS summit, that he was representing Liberia till his issue be addressed. I think it's a scare tactic. It's just they continuously think they can use propaganda to maintain themselves in power. Baka has failed the Liberian people. So he has his millions. He has his instruct to create chaos in the country. So that is something very wrong. But I don't expect Mr. Baka to address that. There are a series of issues that have come to such concern from the Ministry of Early have even insulted the former president. And Mr. Baka have yet to respond in the executive mansion. So I think this is a format for the Baka-led government. So I'm not surprised. And I much applaud Mr. Snow for the step taken. He should, be persistent till his issue be addressed, because that is an issue of, a huge concern, accusing somebody wanting to overthrow a whole government. That's a terrorism, and that's a huge accusation, and I look forward to his case being addressed. But under Baga leadership, no law in our country. The constitution of our country has been thrown away. So we hope to see progress. Baga government has no respect for the law. Everything they do right now, they are doing it. What they want to do. The constitution of our country is not active. Watch it when it came to Speaker Fanatic Kofa. We have watched it. So what do we expect? We pray for the peace and stability of our country. We pray for our people. That is all we hope for. But Baga don't respect the rule of our country.
Okay, that brings us to another thing that happened just between yesterday to today. The Liberian Council of Churches, I know you are a Christian, but the Liberia Council of Churches wrote former Speaker Funati Kofa for them to award him, and Councillor Kofa rejected. And in the same communication, they wrote another communication to Richard Kuhn for an award, to award Richard Kuhn the council's highest award ever in the history of the country. So as I speak to you, the entire majority bloc of the House of Representatives that transformed itself into the current leadership of the House is being honored by the Liberia Council of Churches, where something which some clergymen, some pastors, bishops, and other people are taking aback. He said the pulpit has been sold for greed, for money, and for power. What is your response to that?
I would say that's not council of churches, that's council of money eaters. It's sad us that our country, if we cannot even rely on religious leaders to show leaderships, it has become the brown envelope as the order of the day in our country, wherein religious leaders have, sell themselves as cheap as that to government officials. It worries us about our country. These are things that is very concerning, to have leaders that should be exemplary, that will be the voice of our people when politicians cannot be, and now the money eater, they are in the pockets of politicians. So for speaker, the former speaker of the house, for Nancy Kofa, on a fanatic offer once again for showing his leadership ability. I think a couple of months before, the end of this whole speaker arrival, they produced a statement. They're seeing council of churches. It is alleged that they asked Speaker Fanatic offer to step down, and they recognize Kun as their speaker. So these are council of money eaters. I don't pay no mind to those people, because they are not using the word of God as a money place where they gain for themselves. They are self-centered, and these are things that concern all of for our country. It worried me. It worried me that.
Okay. As a matter of fact, still sticking with the same story, Alita. The council's president, the Liberal Council of Churches president, Bishop Samuel Reeves, is a member on the board of the LEC, the Liberal Electricity Corporations, and the National Imam Council chairman, Imam Ali Krai, from the Islamic faith, is a member on the board of the National Port Authority. So the two clergymen have now taken up political positions in the government. So what do you expect?
That's why when I was speaking, I said religious leader. This is no longer about Christian or Muslim, in this matter. It's just about greedy people who have, taken our religious part, and they are using it for their personal gain. It is frustrating, but regardless of it, our people, our ordinary people needs to see, and they need to call these people out for who they are. They need to call them out for who they are, and we'll continue to do that, because they are on boards, they are eating money, they cannot speak the truth to power. And this is the thing, when we talk in it, and they say we have no respect for religion or religious issues, but at the end of the day, how have the people transformed our life? How has they stand up for our people? Nah, they don't stand up for our people. They stand up for themselves and their children. So, come here, what we can do is to, educate our people on this matter. Those people are not leaders. They are money eaters. They are raw. They are thieves. They are there to eat our people money. They're not religious leaders. I don't give them the credence according council or churches. They are council or cash deposit machines. So, I would just, educate our people on who they are, because moving forward, we don't know where our country stands right now, Gomer.
A week ago, last week, a lot of different radio stations in Monrovia took the microphones to the everyday Liberian, to the market, to the construction sites, to transportation hub, to gauge the views of Liberians as to the performance of the government. And the verdict that came out of that was very horrible. The people are complaining that the government is failing, the performance of the government is horrible, they are suffering, the government does not have time for them, the bread and butter issue is not addressed. We have gone 1 year, 5 months already into the government. So when does the government begin to impact the lives of our people?
But the thing is, what I want to, educate our people on, and we went to Liberia, we camping, we told our people. This was actually a old wine that was put in a new bottle, but it's unfortunate our people fall for this scheme. The United Party government has been there before for 12 years, and we know the government, we that understands the issues and the day-to-day issues our country face. We know the government that President George Manuel we are inherited. So we never expected these people to bring any change. And when it came with the so-called rescue mission that I agree upon, that the rescue mission was there, but it was meant for the wrong person. The rescue mission was meant to rescue Joseph Human Boaka from poverty. He lost all his money. He couldn't refeed himself. It was never meant for the Liberian people. It's unfortunate our people fell for that trick, and it saddens me to see how people suffer. But we saw this from afar. We saw the reality of Mr. Barker when he was a VP. He came and told after 12 years he squandered our people opportunity. They had it, but he currently lives from loan. Our people who are seeing this from a better perspective, but this is a learning process for our country and our people because nothing cannot be changed until we await, 2029, that we will make better decisions to say to re-elect Dr. Josh Manuel to tell the Liberian people that he had the love for the people, but Braga has love for himself and Kwatuma Braga, Jojo Tantan. Those are the people who were meant to be rescued. The Liberian people, there was no agenda put in place. The Braga government major thing was rule of law on their platform. But today, rule of law in our country is not even the order of the day. It's more than business as usual. It have gone beyond business as usual because they can be in that it will not be business as usual. It will be more than business as usual. Our people are suffering. You don't need rocket scientists to tell you we are going to a holiday couple of months from now, which should be the July 26th, and we have the increase in our rate. And rest cup is about $100 like this. And to speak to that, what the people are saying in the market are true when they are on the video. You don't even hear somebody asking one person how much for this. That is factual that they are actually facing hardship. But at the end of the day, this is a learning experience for people that not everything that glitter will be gold. Liberia problem is beyond this propaganda that UP people came with. It's beyond the ability to see Liberia from a lovable standpoint, and that is why we pray for our people. That is all we can do, support them. And that is what we were joining the quest to say enough is enough. July 17th, we will be out there to call on Baka to do his due diligence, to deliver the Liberian people his lies and propaganda. Because when you come to leadership with propaganda cannot maintain you leadership. And that's what Mr. Baka continues to face.
Okay, we will come to that July 17th protest, but this government ran campaign. Some of their campaign messages, for example, was uh, President Weah's administration. During President Weah's administration, a lot of drugs came to the country. The government was facilitating the importation of kuch into the country, damaging our young people. But now in the country, as I speak to you, the president's son, President Boakai's son, the court Tantan, he's allegedly the biggest drugs importer to the country. Uh, I mean, what a contradiction. What do you have to say about that? That in that the campaign messaging was the government judge where was bringing goods to the country, a lot of drugs into the country, which was not true, though, but because of deception, because of mismessaging, disinformation, misinformation. But now the reality now is the president's son, Tantan, is now allegedly the biggest drug importer into the country.
I would say to you that, when our people start and listen to those people, it hurts some of us, but we knew what we faced, on in the Baka and leadership. We knew how the drugs were on our leader, on Dr. George Manuel. We arrested million-dollar worth of drugs that we displayed to the public, and you could see that the president was targeting the issues. He was still going to create youth programs for the young people who are visiting, the disadvantaged youth on the former vice president Joao Taylor program. There were a lot of initiatives that could, educate these people to put emergency in place on the youth and sport. But currently we don't see none. And for the education, we have all known from me, going to school from the real end. There's not a rumors we have know from the wire gap and team. We have always seen Tantan and all those people. He have been in and out of RIA, so we won't be surprised that such allegation is being met. To see like bring. I have. I speak to the disadvantaged youth from Singapore. I have a very strong allowance with that. I talk with him. I have their leader number, and he called me very concerned. He said, "Peace." He said, "I know it is concerning, but when we wake up in the morning, 4 or 5 persons die in the gap. This man, he will bring the car, they will have the car, and they will just bring it, wrap the tape out and carry it. They don't want media to know about it, and they will give the people small, small money so nobody can talk about it." He said, the drugs that is here now, we are dying every day. So, because just issue is a worldwide issue. So when the black guy let go of and made this thing a weird problem, it was only for naive people to understand. They couldn't tackle it because if you're telling me that you can fix it, there was no mechanism that they said they were going to put in place, but because the name George Manawia was involved, the youth propaganda, we were George Manawia pushing this country, blah blah blah. At the end of the day, those were all propaganda. But guys, no, this man is sleeping. People running his country, Sylvester Gracefully running his country. You think he has time to worry when his son is being a millionaire overnight? This is a thing that the black guy's family personally benefited from. Do you think it's gonna bring a change in our country? Absolutely no. It's not gonna bring no change into our country.
Elita, yesterday, the president of Liberia, while returning from Nigeria, from the ECOWAS 50th anniversary program, uh, the private jet he came on, while landing, one of the tires had to burst on the runway, grounding the plane to a halt immediately, and smoke billowing from the tire of the aircraft. Listening to the BBC this morning, it was reported that the one of the landing gears of the plane uh, started malfunctioning the moment the plane was landing. But the crux of the matter here is that we have information now that that plane is 36 years old, and the government of Liberia under President Boakai has intended buying the plane, to which they have committed already $20 million. Hello. Hello, are you there?
Hello?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I said, while the president was returning to the country yesterday from Nigeria, the private jet he landed on had, it was brought to a halt. It was grounded by the pilot on the runway immediately after one of the tires burst, which is unusual though. But that plane, according to the BBC this morning and this afternoon, they are reporting that one of the landing gears of the plane malfunctioned while landing. But the crux of the matter is that that very plane, 36-year-old plane, there is now a negotiation by the government of Liberia in the last few days to buy the plane for the president's use, and they have committed already $20 million to the owners of the jet. What do you have to say about that?
What first what I want to say has its own way of coming back to you. One person we are was empowered. One of this lady about Fatika talked to social media and said a lot of terrible things and wishing a lot of terrible things on President we are then. But you see, the God that we serve, it has the ability of taking your words to use it after itself. Because when you say things that to somebody who is not doing what you do, God will. This is a wake up call to just like my podcast, that God alone is very angry with him of how he is treating our people, the hardship he has brought upon our people. And if this will not be a waking up call to him, then we look forward to what will come ahead. You know, when Father God took to social media to say terrible things that how do you think which terrible things on the former leader of our country, it was a fun. It was thing that Europeans could just laugh about and go, but today they face it and they are invited to speak upon it because they worry about what will happen to them if he goes, But this is a wake up call, Mr. Walker. Do the Labrador people, child? Do the promises you have promised the Labrador people because God is watching and He just shook your stomach. And I know you are worried because you are worried about the millions of dollars you are taking from the Labrador people, how you are going to enjoy it. But this was a terrible thing. I don't want to see my on our country, but regardless of it, when you wish another person evil, that thing evil has the propensity of coming back to your doorstep. So we as some followers of leaders in our country, be careful what you speak, because Pastor God once said his plane will crash, and this is what is happening. His plane let it crash, but you don't know what may happen next time. And but surprisingly that the person we had was talked about, he uses private jet. I'm surprised to see that black level of private jet is how going beyond even President we have since they are in leadership, because President we are since they are in leadership, the level of private jet black have used in his 1 year applause. It's even baffling to a leader that came to rescue our country, because if you are paying for those flights, it costs almost thousands of dollars, and that thousands of dollars comes from the Liberian people revenue. So how are you rescuing our people? That is the question of me and Phil Liberian we are asking. Do you do that? And now you discussing no hospital in our country, President. We have done you a very good job, but giving you the film. The 14 military is there. The Bible United Emir Hospital is there. And Redemption was on a renovation during his leadership. There are a lot of resources that are need Josh money we have put in place. So if you are able to utilize it, you can be able to take the Liberian people somewhere. When he comes in 2029, he can continue. But what worries me is that the work that CDC had to do in 2018, we'll have to double that work in 2029 if we are giving state leadership, because Braga is not taking us forward, but the Braga-led government is taking us backwards. And if we come to get leadership, we have to regain the Liberian people trust, and that was be ahead of a task for us to take. I'm worried. What can we be able to, and do triple of what Braga leadership? That is why I'm asking all leaders within the CDC to now. It is time we strategize. It's time we look at the issues. It's time we go back to the drawing board. It is time we unite and to move our way forward. That when we resume leadership, we will proceed from a bigger and better perspective, that we can transform our people's life, because Braga once again have disappointed our people.
Okay, please remain on the line as we take call for the next 5 minutes. So after that, then we can come back to you. So just remain on the line, please. You can call us now on, if you are there, in Radio Lens, you can call on 0772 239933 086 30 44 97, or the lone female line on 0777 9803 75. Do we have a caller there? The numbers are 0772 239933 0886 30 44 97, or the lone female line on 0777 9803 75. Those are the numbers. You can call us for the next 5 minutes. Do we have a caller? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, welcome to the CDC Hour, and you have 30 seconds, please. We have limited time.
Yes, MS David Mata, calling from Mount Bartley.
Okay.
I'm listening to that lady saying a lot of things concerning the CDC government and that of the municipality government. If you do not respect the other person in a hub, then you look for any other person outside there. But I get the power, right? Yes, actually try his best. Not because one or two things trying to happen, then you take on the leader and talk a lot of things about water. Why should they not mention about it? Because the relay during our so we are hard. And other lot of money is still within this country.
Okay, thank
And
you. Thank you so
yeah.
much. We have other callers on the line. Hello? So you can call us on 0772 Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, please reduce the volume of your radio, please.
Hello.
Yes. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much for the topics on the discussion.
You have 30 seconds. We don't have time.
Okay, I'm Sukut calling from Magibi, District 1, to be precise, Michael, let's say Dwazon.
Okay.
You see, this government don't have the support from heaven. The grace that Josh we are carrying, they don't have it, so they're wasting their time. The knowledge of leadership is lacking, and they will never have it. They're wasting their time. I want to appreciate the CDC branch in America. They should keep up. Bravo! I say bravo to them. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Do we have another caller? Call us on 0772. We have another caller. Hello? Hello? Yes, please be audible. Let's hear you.
Hello?
Yes, hello. Please be audible. Let's hear you.
This is just a wake up call to the movement. So
You're not hearing him, right? Okay, let's take another call. 0772 086 30 44 97. Hello?
yeah, how you doing?
Yes, welcome to the CDC Hour. Let's hear you. Have 30 seconds.
Okay, this is Orlando Tower calling for Johnsonville.
Okay.
I beg June to those pastors and imams. See, it happened in 2017. The one 20 pastor that went to Mr. Sue to beg him for money when I was in rehab. If I tell you how I got in this money, you will not accept the money. And still, they receive that money. So we are not surprised at those pastors. We are not surprised at those imams. But we like brothers, we just got to take the courage and see which type of pastor or imam the Christian community are working with. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, welcome to the CDC Hour. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Minister, this is Gertrude J.D. Williams. I'm phoning from Johnsonville.
Oh, Gertrude, let's hear you.
Yeah, then on the weather, that's why I've been trying to talk to you. But what I want to say to you, Minister, you're doing extremely well. I mean, every start of the activity, it can be difficult, but time will come. But you yourself will be so exhausted to engage people and people wanting to come to that station and speak on the CDC Hour. Keep up the good work, and winners never quit. Thank you so much, and have a blessed night.
Thank you. Do we have another one? Hello?
Good evening. How you doing?
Good evening. You have 30 seconds. Let's hear you. We don't have time.
This is Jackson G. Cooper calling you from Center Street. Thank you for the topic on the discussion. I want to discuss the issue dealing with our, I don't know how to describe it, our so-called pastors, who they are there deceiving our people, all in the name of educating them, preaching to them about salvation, and then they are preaching to them about money. They are all money people. They're like living people. Because if you can sit down and then watch people that break the rules of Lord and then go against the country, then you say you want to go and honor them. So what kind of a pastor are you? Which part of the Bible that tell you that and you should be a politician? And to Joseph Wakai, this coming Judah 7, Joseph Wakai has been speak down. We are tired We cannot be buying of oil for $150 Liberian. Then Joseph Wagade buying plane. He know how to ride plane. He know have a good life money. Other people money jobs here then. Who took that personal money to build our country?
Okay, thank you so much for the call. We have another one. Hello.
Yes, hi. My name is Miss Williams, calling from Lawrenceville, Georgia. I'm calling to say to my beloved daughter, Alita, thank you. Thank you so much. It's like you had the sawfish with bone in it, and you took out all the bones were in that fish. That's how you made everything you were talking about. I'm so proud of you. Thank you. I know you are a great edition. That is what we are talking about. Go out there and preach the word. Let those who have ears to hear, let them hear. Because those UK people, they are so fake. Wolf in sheep clothing, they come around and try to put up lies. But Alita, I said thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, my child. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. Kings FM, you gotta keep on doing it. One day you're going to hear your glory. You're doing so much good. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's take 2 more calls. Hello?
Yeah. Good evening, Isaka Story.
Yes, welcome to the hour. You have 30 seconds. We don't have.
I would like to appreciate your co-host tonight. I want to appreciate all of you.
She's not co-host, she's guest from the US.
I'll get it. I want to appreciate her. Well, my name is Mohammed Donzo Fana Jr., and I do join jobs from some other jobs area. Well, sometimes I really want to, imagine how some people think, because the people, the other people from the other side, they always think, narrowly, because see why they get this discussion on a platform. The discussion, the reality. But some people come on our own platform, they want to say something. This platform is not for you guys. You can call on AB Show, you can call on Israel Show, you can call on Anti Show, but this platform is not yours. So I don't really know. I know these guys are really, they are formats, or I don't really know. Thank you for all of it.
Thank you very much. Let's take the last call there. Hello?
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity. Let me say a wonderful and a pleasant good evening to you and to your guests. My name is Hussein. This is Hussein Keru. I call from Jacobstown. So, permit me to ask the guest. Over the period, we are leaders and ordinary citizens.
We don't have time, Hussein. So
I want to be brief.
Hello. Yeah, thank you people for the program, and I want to thank the guests also. But the question I want to ask: the religious people in Liberia, do they really fear God? Where were these people when the government were misbehaving, breaking the rule of law? We never heard them speaking. Why would they come to Kofa and they want to honor him? These guys are the ones that spoil the gospel. That money to go after so. They are just a bunch of hypocrites. That's the truth. I'm telling you. That's the reason why God will judge them for what they are doing. They're Liberal Council of Churches. Let me tell you something.
It's not only Liberal Council of Churches, also also the Muslim Council. Also the National Muslim Council.
The National Muslim Council.
The Interreligious Council, in fact, the Interreligious Council.
To the mark of the beast. You know why? Because it will be controlled by a system. They will be controlled by money and what they're doing. You don't preach the Quran for money. You don't preach the Bible for money. They should be the one telling the political leaders and the government and president the fact, the truth, like Daniel and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego did in the Bible. But they are not doing it. They are selling the gospel for money. All that honorary thing you see they're doing, so that money they want. The last thing before I leave the land, America knows everything about this country. If that BBC reporter that gave the news about Bwaka trying to buy a plane and have given certain amount, if our freedom effort will come and say, the politics. But we don't hear any of them talking. But that information, I believe, is true. This particular old man, he want to misuse the resources of this country before he leaves. So
Thank
God
you.
help people and bless the state.
Okay, thank you so much. So, Alita, in 2 minutes, you listen to the callers. Just get your response and your parting comments quickly before face the issues.
I've listened to everybody. I want to say thanks and appreciation to everybody for the fact that you took upon your time to listen to this program. As we citizens should continue to share this program, continue to call and give our input. This is this is a time on this radio we can express ourselves and our dissatisfaction. And as we proceed, in a couple of months, in a month and some weeks from now, we will call on the central government or July 17th at the enough is enough protest. I want us all to, be very persistent to come out as Liberian. That is our constitutional right to assemble and, express our voice. So I will also be there in the flesh and physical, because I'm not going to sit in the USA and escort my people when they face the issue. We are revolutionary. We are there to either survive or perish under this leadership, and we will not be intimidated by the Boakal government and his gangs. We will not be intimidated or put fear in, because Liberia is our country. We are there to protect the rule of our country. So we citizens have to gather, together, stay in unity to, call on Baka to rescue our people, or he stepped down. But likewise, be careful out there. Liberia is not a fully safe country. Wash your back. We all wake up in the morning. Today we wake up in Benta, in Banasville Estate. There was a party in the streets, or in Morovia. Wash your back. Carry your own protection in the streets, because right now we have to be our own protection. In Liberia, our country is once again at a state that we don't know what may happen in the next day. We call Mr. Baka and his leaders to do the right thing, rescue our people. You came to rescue, deliver it. And thanks you for giving the platform. And I want to extend my appreciation to the members of CDC USA that are listening, from the diaspora angle. It's always a pleasure to discuss the matter Congress for Democratic Change. And I would say I would love to be on here once again another time. I am available once it comes to CDC. I'll see you guys on July 17th as we call on national government to deliver our country. And thank you for having me on here today.
Thank you so much. She is Miss Alita Ban, a staunch member, revolutionary member, staunch partisan of the Congress for Democratic Change in the United States of America, CDC USA chapter. And ladies and gentlemen, with that, we have come to the end of the weekend's edition of the CDC Hour. Today is Friday, May 30th, 2025. Until you see me, will be on Monday, when we'll be hosting Chairman Baron Brown. Baron, commonly on Facebook, Chairman Baron will be here on Monday. I'm your host, Ishaka Sheriff. Until Monday, bye-bye.
Amanda Awetu Maipuye Iliberia